What was I going to do? I had to first of all think, how am I going to carry this? Because my wings were clipped. I wasn't going back to any of these fantastic countries. Merrill Froma has a wonderful program at Effigy. This Effigy is for teachers who need to be recertified. And he brought in twice all of these excellent powwows for us. They're a combination of Meskwaki and Ho-Chunk. And Brian Hamill was there. And I'm not sure if Brian Hamill is Ho-Chunk or not. He now lives in Arizona and he's doing wonderful dances. And so all the work I'm about to show you came from these photos. And I drove everybody nuts because they were sitting down and I was standing up, running around trying to get my best shot. This is the second one. This is John Blackdeer and Pete Fee, and it's a print. So the original is a little better, and that was sold. I had an exhibit last year with, let's see, it'll come to me. Rennis is his name. Fantastic artist of the chuck wagon days. And so while I was busy doing all of these Indians through Central South America, he lived in Colorado and he was going into Arizona and New Mexico and photographing and painting and detailed gorgeous oils, all the things that had to do with chuck wagon in that whole era. So we had a joint exhibit at the center, the new art center in McGregor, Marquette. We called it Cowboys and Indians. And people came to the opening night dressed in costume. They came as Indians, they came as railroad conductors and steamboat engineers. It was a great time. It was a fun time. This is from one of the, now we're talking, all of this was done from the series of these photos. He was most unhappy. This was one of the fancy dancers. He's about 14, and I caught up with him as he was just leaving, and he did not want this white-haired white woman in his face with a Polaroid. But the whole series of these, the prints were sold then. No, they were given away to the new library that's in Tama. It's supposed to be just a fantastic library, and all of these are part of that. So it ended up, he was very pleased. Here is Pete. Pete is going to be found in here. Here is Pete's granddaughter, and that was the last of the series. I don't have that with me, but again, they performed together 10 years after some of these were taken, and so I have a kind of a storytelling of Pete, and then his daughter, and then his granddaughter in some of these. This is one of their dances. It's done in combination of pencil color and oil, not oil, but pastel pencil, and it's just on regular paper. And again, you're going to see a bunch of them. This was, and I seldom was able to take just the photograph and use it. I had to put bits and pieces together. And here are the fancy dancers. And they just whirl and whirl and whirl. They're young people. They just whirl and whirl and whirl. And then this would be this generation, which looks like it could belong to a motorcycle gang. And he does the very violent, very tough, very strong motions. And here he is. And then here is a wonderful, wonderful, Duncan is his name. And Duncan was highly decorated in the Vietnam War. He was part of a reconnaissance exploration, and so I have the 3 generations there. And he dances probably like what you see on television. Not like this guy. So here's another one, close up of the 2 types of dancers. And here is Pete's daughter. It's called the Woman's Eagle Dance. So obviously I took a photo of her in the swirling, lovely blanket cape. And then you see how the eagle part of it was done in this. And let's see. that's it. So what I wanted to tell you then is, I don't know what's next. I've kept all of this set together, a series, and I think I must have displayed it at least 6 or 7 different places in the area. I'm learning all the time. I just learned about Joan and Emma by working at the gallery in McGregor, the people who was going on. So that's how I got involved in all of this. So thank you for being such good listeners.